Joining me now with the rest of today's business news, president of Wilsey Asset Management and Daily Ledger contributor, Brent Wilsey. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, Wendy.
What's going on with sales in the economy?
Well, sales are kind of slipping a little bit here, Wendy. I've been watching them and what I'm seeing. And actually last night, Bed Bath & Beyond reported earnings didn't come in too good. They kind of missed. They talked going forward bad. Even Costco came in today, said sales were lower than last year by a small amount, but still down. And I think what we're seeing is with the coldness back east, the increase in the dollars hitting some foreign sales, we're seeing some things that are starting to worry me a little bit. Bucking the trend was Limited Brands, which owns Victoria's Secret. So I think they have a secret there with their apparel and so forth. But I am seeing a slowdown starting to worry me a little bit. And even wholesale sales were down a little bit. Inventories were actually up while sales were down. So there could be a problem. I've turned a little bit cautious. I want to see the data for the next couple of months to see where we stand. And also what surprises me too is this big cut in gas prices at the pump is not finding its way into retail sales yet. It's staying in the consumer's wallet currently.
I hear a lot of buzz going on about Apple and its new product release, the iWatch. What can you tell us about that?
Well, Wendy, I don't see one on your wrist yet. They're not available yet, but they do go on sale April 24th. You can order them online tomorrow. And one thing I'm kind of wondering here with the iWatch, we all know here in California you cannot text from your phone. Well, how are they going to do that with your watch? Because it's already on your wrist, so you're already holding it. So I'm kind of curious how that's going to happen. But I don't think it's going to be a major thing. It's not going to be a big thing for Apple. It's the start of a trend I think will happen going forward.
Brent, I got to ask you, do you think that is going to take off? I mean, everybody's talking about it. It's hard enough to text on your device. Is that really going to be a big moneymaker for Apple?
You know, Wendy, I got to tell you, I was one who back in the early days when they came out with the iPod saying, who's going to be, putting in their earphone, this music and so forth. Boy, was I wrong on that one. I think we're going to see more things go on. And this is the start of something to where right now you have to have your phone. And people say, well, gee, it's so easy to just pull out your phone. Well, sometimes it's not. You can be in a meeting, just kind of glance over and do something. You can be driving and do it. So it is more convenient. The phone in your pocket is like the main mainframe, we'll call it, in your pocket. But it is going to be, I think, something in the future, kind of the Dick Tracy era. Remember that?
No.
You're not, I'm sorry, you're even close to the age. I'm sorry.
Okay. Switching topics a little bit, I heard Intel is backing out of buying another company. Why do you think they did that?
You know, this is so important, Wendy, because it's setting the trend here, because people complain about the market being a little bit too expensive. And what Intel did, they offered $53 a share, about $15 billion in cash, I will point out. And the company said, Altera, we want more. Intel said, no, we're not spending more than 28 times your forward earnings. We're done. And that helps so much because this is how we get into overheated markets where companies start spending so much more for stuff that is just terrible that they continue to do that. So that is something that I'm glad to see Intel do that, step away from this deal, and hopefully others will follow suit because we don't want an overheated market.
And speaking of the market, Brent, I mean, let's talk a little bit about the job market. Are we strong? Are we weak? Do you see a trend? What can you tell us about that? Well,
last week we had unemployment come out at 5.5%, holding steady. The job creation was a little bit lower than we expected, but I am seeing jobless claims. They were up at about 281,000 from last month, 267,000, but below the estimate. And also, too, I look at the manufacturing reports, the non-manufacturing reports, and they keep saying that the employment sector for them is very strong. So I think here again, and I hate to go back to the weather, but I think the weather has slowed things down, and I believe in probably May, June, we're going to start seeing another pickup in the employment picture as well here.
And, you know, as far as your optimism goes, what do you base that on this year, that we're really going to see a turnaround?
Well, when I look at these reports, again, the manufacturing reports are pretty strong. I'm seeing refinery reports strong. So I'm seeing a lot of good numbers in the economy that say, yes, the economy is doing well. And we don't see these on the mainstream news here. We just don't see them. But I look at these all the time. Every single day I look at the economic reports that I see, things that you have, again, you wouldn't even know what they are. But it shows me that going forward, the economy is doing well. And it's not a boom economy, but it's strong enough. And again, I am a little bit cautious because the last data has been not good. Again, the wholesale inventory is up a little bit. But I think we're going to do well because consumers are spending. And actually, consumer confidence is rather high, which tells me that consumers will keep spending.
Okay. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for your insights.